What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. I've worked on a few things because our last video turned into 2. I took some time between them to work on a few things, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with a small issue over here. I've expanded our trees on these ones, and I've removed our chorus fruit for now. I'll probably put it back eventually, but for the moment, I don't think we really need it. We have a completely full buffer of chorus fruit. But I'm starting to have a new issue in that I'm ending up with saplings everywhere. This particular issue is that it doesn't harvest the leaves below the floor. Which is kind of annoying because I end up with saplings and stuff that just fall down here in the water. And you can see a couple of them down here. But I'm also ending up with them from the eucalyptus trees here. I'm not sure if it's just not harvesting them. I don't know. But I end up with eucalyptus saplings over here. As you see, I got tigerwood sapling over here. Whatever. As long as it doesn't end up with too many saplings. Anyways, I've worked on various things. One of them, and this is like the ugliest part of our base at the moment, is I automated a bunch of stuff in here. And yes, these are different bricks. These are from Erebus. Decided to find something a little more interesting to use in here because this place needs to be fireproof. I tried it with what we had before, and I had to put these on top because the fire here for the pyres kept setting the roof on fire. And it burned like a whole chunk out of this floor. But I've set up various automations in here. We have an automation for petals, which does actually work when I can get this to stop putting the freaking pestle into the mortar. I have an automation over here for bark. I have a knife in here with mending, and I have an automation over here for Terra moss, which also has a knife in here with mending. This is true spaghetti down here, but this is chaotic. There's a tank down here with some liquid XP for those to be able to be repaired. But I also have sunflowers automated over here with bone meal. And I have drawers. So all of them are full, 32 stacks of each. Well, 30 stacks of petals. Trying to get the redstone stuff to work right with full stacks isn't quite right, so they're all going to sit about here. I have also automated charged stone. I don't know if I'm actually going to need it, but that's why it has a small buffer. And I automated arboreal essence. So we have both of those over here. You can see this is the arboreal essence, and this is charged stone over here. I have room for two more automated pyre recipes if I need them. But the way I'm doing it is just redstone controlling some conduits from an interface that is pulling all the stuff for them. If I do decide I need another one, we will hook it up going around the other side, or I will just pop another interface off and do more of this redstone structural duct stuff. Which, by the way, it took me forever to realize that I could actually just have all these connected and put the redstone on different channels. I had like 20 different duct lines trying to go through here to do all the various things, and I was like, wait, I could put channel colors on them. That cleaned this up. Surprisingly, that's the clean version. The only other thing I've really done, besides just working on random automations, our wall over here is now full. We have all of this stuff. These are finally automated. And the way it's automating them is... I think they're over here. Yeah, they're right here. It gets all the stuff for them These ender shards are the only things that aren't automated because of the glass cutter. And to be able to craft the glass cutter is annoying because I'd have to make all this stuff too. So I'm just leaving it as is. How are we on oil sands? I'm gonna have to move the excavator soon. But this wall is full. This wall is full. You can see I got stuff up here automated for our reagents. I think I also redid the bucket stuff a little bit this last time. I don't know. I have like 500 buckets. So I don't think I have a bucket issue at this point. I don't think there was anything else really that got changed in here. Well, oh. So I said I was going to work on this last time and we didn't. But I've upgraded our creosote production to all these redstone furnaces. They're all on hardened level. They're all the same. They have 1 paralytic conversion augment and 2 auxiliary reception coils for speed. As you can see, it produces pretty well. It is feeding on all the wood from the saplings and stuff that we need for the reagents or the arboreal essence. Those guys are being brought down here. There's a drawer in the back that is feeding into with void upgrades, and the drawers are feeding into these. The coal coke should be going into these and then getting trashed, or any extra is getting trashed, I think. Yeah, here's our saplings. I might have to double check that if it's actually doing the coal coke right, but I think it is. Anyways, last big upgrade is I have set up a few things over here. You can see our altar is now upgraded a little bit. Our next one that we need is, I think these are the bloodstone tiles. I think. I've also picked up this trick because I was getting tired of waiting constantly for the meat bucket to slowly heal us. If you put down enough of these blaze totem poles, you get fire resistance 2, which essentially lets you regenerate inside fire. I think there's a fire resistance 3 if you put down enough of them, but this is more than enough, right? What we're doing. But I did that because, and this is the way I'm going to automate this stuff. You can ignore this, that's just the same. I have set up some automations down here. I have automated hardened blood droplets. The blood, I will show you what we're doing with that one in a second. But I've also automated the blank slates and reinforced slates. They will I don't remember exactly how I did this. Oh right, they pulled it down here. Well, I have a phantom face down below that is connected to our blood altar out there. So everything pushes into here, it pulls it and puts it back out. I do have it set to only do 1 at a time. I can change that later on, but since we don't have automated blood, it will chew through the blood that we do have incredibly fast. Especially if we're doing the upper level slates. But over here, I have taken the blood automation that we did. Our green feet in here. Don't mind the conveyor belts, these are temporary. I decided to get rid of the fans that we had because I'm going to upgrade them to the mob utilities fans to do this, but I haven't done that yet. But we're taking all that blood and we have some automations in here now. And I know there's plenty of room in here for some more stuff, which I'm sure we'll end up needing. But we have hardened blood shards. There is a drying basin back behind here, or a mechanical drying basin, that is feeding into the redstone furnace. or the redstone furnace is pulling from it. I think. Yeah, it's pulling from it. And it's producing these hardened blood shards, which we're using for various things. I have dark power gems, which are being produced in here. I have coagulated blood. Now, this is one I don't know if I really need it, since we seem to be getting it pretty decently from all the mobs and stuff that we kill anyways. But I decided to set one in here because there's a multiplication trick using this blood and a coagulated blood. That was not what I wanted to do. But yeah, with a Promise of Tenacity 1, you put 1 coagulated blood and 160 blood, and you get 2. So it just doubles it with a little bit of this blood. Since this is automated, it's easy enough for us to add a bunch of this. But now I just have coagulated blood. I also learned that there's a way to produce netherite with this. It's a little expensive, but you know what? Our blood down there is actually producing pretty well. And then I have over here is industrial leather being infused into blood-infused leather. I only have 1 stack of that right now just because we don't really have a use for it. Yeah, this stuff doesn't really get used until a little later. Yeah, because these are like the later agents, Thumbcraft producing this magical leather for stuff. But I figured I'd automate it anyways since I was working on that stuff. I have room for 1 more right here. And then, as I said, we have plenty of room in here for other expansions and stuff. Oh yeah, that's all I've been working on. Our goal today, and it's been a long time coming, is we are going to finish Chapter 15. I want to be done with Chapter 15. So, for the most part, I think it's really, we just got to do this little bit of stuff right here, and this, and we got to make these runic plates. The incense altar, I don't think is necessary yet. And this one, we're just missing the strength 3 agent, which I should be able to request. The damage reagent. Oh, I don't have the strength reagent in here. Well, let's make a recipe for it. Ellie, move. Let's grab a recipe for that. The strength reagent required some of this stuff which I hadn't automated yet. This magnetic glove and an amplification crystal. But now that we have those, should be able to add that to our list of reagents over here. Billy, stop pushing me around. The damage reagent. Okay, so strength reagent is now in there. I've also now fully automated the... Fine, you want to go that way? Go that way. I have fully automated the Promise of Tenacity. Not the Promise of Tenacity. Bowls of Promises. That's what I automated. That should give us our strength reagent. Yeah, there we go. There's 1 quest done already. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. But the big things we need right now are we need to make these cracked runic plates, which aren't stupid easy, but they're also not super expensive. I've been looking at how I want to automate these cores, and I don't really have a good spot for them at the moment. These imbued slates, I should have a couple of... How many of these do we actually need? 5? It says 5, but we need them to make this stuff. So if we do that, and then they're going to go through here to make clean runic plates. Mystical machine print. No, thank you. And then an alchemy table for that, and ender crafting. We need them for the petal apothecary. And Okay, I don't actually need them to do this stuff. To make these, we need these ender ingot. The ender ingot is what's difficult. Because to make the block of ender, you need Orbis Terry, lithium ingots, which Orbis Terry I can make. That one, I have that table actually automated pretty well. And lithium ingots we have automated elsewhere. But this box of eternal closure, we have to get an enderman inside. And this we have not done. This is one of the quests down there, and it requires these large memory chests. I don't know how much of this we're gonna need. So I'm probably gonna make like a handful of these. And see if we can get a bunch of endermen in them. But that is this one right here. Box of eternal closure. Billy, you are really getting annoying. So you're going over here. You need to be trapped in that corner for now. Leave me alone, Billy. He gets so annoying when he stands here and just pushes me around the terminal. Anyway. As I said, what we need to work on right now is we need to get this incense altar. No, not the incense altar. We need to get this box of eternal closure. There's this vengeance ring that you're supposed to be able to use. It can be enabled to provide multiple positive potion effects, but when killing, most mobs will spawn a vengeance spirit. Vengeance spirits can only be harmed by the piercing vengeance focus. Dark power gem blocks and magical cores, diamond promise acceptors. Do I have the promise acceptors automated? Probably not, but those are easy to automate. While I'm waiting on that, let's go ahead and take a look at what we needed for these cracked runic plates again. So we need offensive cores and defensive cores. And I think we only need the 5 right now. So I need to be able to make 5 of each of these. So that's what, 10 empty cores? I don't have any hardened iridium glass. That is one I have not automated yet. You know, I feel like we're at a kind of odd point for this build. Well, I've got this floor that is like completely full of automation. Not that line there, but that's all conduits for power and other stuff. Because I have interfaces on the back of all of these. But our area here is like completely full. I could add a few things here on the sides of these, but I don't really want to. So we're kind of running out of space for automation stuff. I mean, I could expand down to here. We have this floor. We are kind of doing that over here. This is where I put our light gray concrete. But that may not stay here because I want to say there's another level to these tin and iron stuff that we're going to need. And these are conduits. But I have our potion corner over here. Oh, yeah, setting this up was fun. A lot of other things we haven't really done anything with. So like I haven't done much of anything with this floor. I have an entire corner that doesn't even have anything. So I might end up just doing like up there, and we'll just add some stuff onto these walls. Because I want to say these are everything we're going to need from these. I think the only thing I saw out of these things that I would need another for, and I actually have room for one more. I have room for one more row right here if I push this stuff down by a block. But I can do another set of these walls down here on each side, and that'll give us more room for automation stuff. And actually, while we're waiting on that stuff, there was something that I did between this time and last time, is that I made these arcane ashes. Yeah. This was a quest that we had sitting up there in the corner. I just kept putting it off because the Phytogro, I think it was. But I caved and I just made them. Sure, I'll take those. But we needed to make this divination sigil. Now to make the divination sigil, we need a pair of engineer's goggles. I don't know if I have orange dye for anything. And from what I understand, the way we gotta do this is you just gotta right click on the ground with this. And then you put the goggles in. And then you put in a slate. I need to turn on my light real quick so I can actually see my keyboard. I think it's just a blank slate. Yeah, just a tier 1 slate. And you right click it. Oh, there we go. You put the slate in first. Okay, I just did that backwards. Get this really cool looking effect. And pop. We got a divination sigil. So the divination sigil is nice because it'll allow me to see how much essence is in our network. And because I have an orb sitting in our altar right now, it's keeping it full. I'm crafting up some more catalyst. I should be able to make some more of these until I run out of iridium. I've also added this rich slag into a drawer. I don't know exactly how much of it we're going to end up needing, but we have it. Anyways, so what else did we need here? The runic plates, we need defensive cores and offensive cores. So I need 5 of these, which is 15 damage reagents. I don't have enough Dreadium reinforced shields. It says I have 1. That is supposed to be crafting here. Why are you not crafting? Because I didn't put planks into here. It would help if you actually input all the ingredients. There we go. We're already up to 13. So this will stack up to 64 of each of these, and the reason I put this magnetic glove in here with this one is because all of these only stack as 1. Which means this drawer is going to be very bulk item. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. It's not non-stackable items, essentially. I'm going to need more imbued slates too. Great. That's going to be fun. But for this, I needed the 15 damage reagents. And I need 20 offensa. I think I have enough to make that. Here, we'll make 19. I don't have enough enders. Because I have 8. Is that just a buffer issue? Yes, because these are set to 8 stacks, and they only stack to 1. What's the other one we needed? The defensive core? These neutral reagents. I might have everything for. Yes. And Crepitus. I should have everything for. Now's when we start to see how good our blood stuff actually works. This does have a very large capacity on it as well. I got this up to 34,000. And it doesn't really fill the life network really quickly, but you can see it's not really going down, which I'm fine with. Oh, wrong button. But we should see all of this stuff going in here. That is working nicely. The reagents are out of will. I still haven't gotten this to work right. Anyway, I have plenty of will. I've got 6 of these common gems now. And I went ahead and I filled them all up. What am I doing? I added a terminal over here, specifically so I can watch this stuff. Okay, that's producing all our crepitus. Which means I should be able to... Oh. I do need to still make these. Yeah! It feels so good to be able to just mass request that stuff. Anyways, defensive cores. I don't have an orb in here, do I? Oh, I do. There's our 5 defensive cores. And offensive cores. We're working on that offensive. What else do we need for this? For these cracked runic plates, we need concentrated catalyst and imbued slates. The imbued slates are kind of annoying. They're a large amount of blood. I did give them a drawer over here, but it's not actually redstone controlled. So these ones are redstone controlled. They will fill up if they end up low, but with the orb out there, it's not going to be able to. How many imbued slates did I have? I have 3. I need to make 7 more imbued slates. And there's our 5 offensive cores. We have 5 defensive, 5 offensive. And we need 10 concentrated catalysts as well. Do I have any of that sitting around? Or is it used at all? It's used at all. By that one, I can request. Now it's just going to mass produce catalysts over here. Okay, let's go ahead and set up some recipes here for our cracked runic plates. Remove that, and we need one of these. That gives our cracked runic plates. And those are going to go into... That is... Because for whatever reason I turned this one off. Okay, that's going to go in here. And we should be able to request our runic plates. There are offensive cores in here. Let's throw our slates in here. And we will come back over here so we can create another pattern with the cracked runic plates going into the blood infuser. Remove that. We will pick them up for the quest, which gives us another magician blood orb. I won't complain about that at all. And now I have the recipe for this, which goes into our blood infuser right here. And there we go. That's our cracked runic plates. All taken care of. Now those may take a minute, which gives us some time to actually work on getting this box of eternal closure so we can get our ender ingots so we can make the ender crafter. I need to go check on these this blood infuser to make sure this is properly working. It is. Oh. Oh. I set you up wrong. Well, I can't see it anymore, but now it's working. Okay, our runic plates are now ready. Let's see if we have most of our other stuff ready. The Magicalis is probably still crafting. Diamond Promise Acceptors. I turned those in. Let's go ahead and get our runic plates. And we can complete that quest. And we get a dread crystal out of it, which will probably get used to make another blood altar later. For the moment, I don't really care. Also, I did this one. We're using the runes of capacity, not the rune of sacrifice at the moment. That one works on mobs, and since we're not getting blood from mobs, it's not really useful to me. Anyways, for these magical cores, we are going to need the empty cores, which means more of these simple catalysts. And more hardened iridium glass. We have our empty cores. Let's go ahead and make our magical cores. I think I just threw an orb in here. Yeah. I like to keep one on me. There's our 16 magical cores. Yeah, you can go in there. I have extra Magicalis. Right. I already had some. I didn't even look at that. Anyways. Now our box of eternal closure. We should have everything for these. I don't know if these stack. No. Oh, there we have 8 of them. This will probably be more of these than we will need. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because I know this stuff probably gets used for other stuff later on. Right click on it to open it, shoot a spirit with a vengeance focus to trap it inside the box. I remember seeing and hearing somewhere that you don't actually need the vengeance ring to do it. You do to unlock the quest, but I don't think you actually need the ring to do it. What is this burning gemstone? Interesting. You can go in there. But what we need for the vengeance ring might attract or summon vengeance spirits. Shift right click to toggle boost. Is dark power gem blocks, a diamond promise acceptor, and more of these magical cores. Okay, now we should have everything for our magical cores. And we can make our vengeance ring. And that'll complete that quest. And gives us more gemstone torches. Oh, boost vengeance spirit spawning. Interesting. So I can use that to kinda automate this. I don't know exactly how you can automate it. Oh, I need to go through these other things. Spectral glasses, look into the spirit world. I feel like those are more useful. Garmin Boja. Two vengeance rings. What are those? Materialized vengeance essence. I don't have Presidium, which is intensive catalyst, which is 10 crystals, which is the whole messy mechanism chain. Because I need to make sulfuric acid. Yeah, no, I don't want to make that right now. The other one, Vigilance Focus. That's what it is. So I can make the magical cores and the aether aren't bad. The promise of velocity though. More diamond promise acceptors which are broken. And power cores. Is that the quest I have unlocked? Oh no, I need to make the Bowl of Promises strength 3. Which I think I set it up. Yeah. Something gives us a bunch of them. Now this gives us 3 filled bowls of empty promises. Well, let's go ahead and request one of these. And it should work its way through. It doesn't want to work! Okay, there's our bowl of promises. Which gives us some more filled bowls of empty promises. So we need this promise of velocity. We need 2 of them. I need a total of 4 of these. But I don't think we actually need this to be able to do all these Box of Eternal Closure. It says they have a Vengeance Spirit in them. Can I put this in a bubble slot? I can. Sweet. So let's go to the end and let's see if we can get some Enderman Vengeance Spirits in here. Wanna go in a box? You're standing on the box. I don't... Oh, that is trippy. That's cool. Okay, what does it say about this? Comes with a vengeance spirit inside. Place it down and right click on it to open it. Shoot a spirit with a vengeance focus to trap it inside the box. Okay, I guess we do not actually need the focus. Okay, well, these are going to stay here. They're not really an issue if they're just sitting here. I guess I'll be back with our vengeance focus. And there we have it, our vengeance focus. That took me a little bit, but not too long. So now with this, toss one of these in here. I should be able to go back here, kill an Enderman, see his vengeance spirit, and be able to push it in with this. Yeah, come here. Hey, we got one! Contents Enderman. Okay, let's get a few more. Now that was noisy, but not too painful. But there we go, we've got 8 boxes of Eternal Closure, all with Enderman. And now we should be able to just check pretty much everything in there. And like I said, I don't know how many of those we're actually going to end up needing over time. Maybe we'll need more, maybe we won't. But that should give us our quest for Block of Ender. The recipe requires a box with an Enderman spirit. So Orbis Terrae is what we're going to have to make a bunch of. So let's go ahead and make, what do we do? 32 of these? Yeah, look at that. So that's working. Creating our Arboreal Essence. I think the game's trying to tell me I've done too much blood sacrificing today. It's not healing me anymore. I have to go back to the old method with my meat bucket. Okay, we have our Orbis Terrae. Let's make our Blocks of Ender. And I think it does use it up when you craft this. Yeah, so you don't get the boxes back. That's kind of fun. Definitely makes it really annoying to automate. Anyway, we've got our Blocks of Ender. And when will it end? That gives us a Promise of Tenacity 3, which I don't really have a huge use for. True Vengeance. Piercing Vengeance focus. And kill the Vengeance Spirits. Simply slay vanilla mobs for Vengeance Spirits to spawn, then PPO them down. They drop extra goodies too. Oh, and that gives us Spectral Glasses. Oh, you need to make End Crystals and Potency Cores for that? No thank you. Not right now. I don't need that yet. Vengeance Spirit Killing Beam. Well, I'd have to have I'd have to make another one. So this one would be for capture, and this one would be for killing. Ew. Anyway, we need to make this stuff. Not actually the last crafting terms and conditions may apply. Extended use may cause excessive particles. Please consult your doctor to see if ender crafting is right for you. If crafting lasts longer than 3 minutes, contact your doctor and install more ender alternators. Of course. The ender crafter is the important part. So this is the actual crafter. And we need a basic crafting table and enhanced ender alloy and the ender ingots, which we made. I don't think a block of ender is actually used for anything. No. Oh, there we go. We got 72 ender ingots. Let's go ahead and make this. I have this set up to do an auto craft. There's our ender crafter. And then we need ender alternators, which are also power core, which means I need more cores. Okay, we have our 4 power cores because I'm going to make 4 of these alternators. But before we do that, I want to make a Tempest core because we need that for the Petal Apothecary. Where is it? Yeah, so for the Petal Apothecary, we need a Tempest core. But for these alternators, there we go. I have 4 of them. I went ahead and set this down over here. Now, the more of these you have, the faster it actually crafts. But it's gonna be like stupid slow right now. Well, let's grab a flower. What do we have the most of? Let's grab a red one. And then we can grab our runic plates that we made. And guys, this is it. It's crafting. We're done with this freaking chapter. Ah, all the other random stuff like the incense altar and everything, I will definitely do off camera. Because most of that I don't really care about. So yeah, like these things will be useful for some stuff, but nothing I really need right now. Incense altar will be something I need to actually look up what good uses the incense altar actually has. I was reading in the little book it has about it, and I could probably set it up in that space underneath our altar to actually give us a boost on our altar. But for the moment, I'm not that worried about it. Also, what's our next trophy item? Torfy? No, trophy. Okay, our next trophy item is... oh, the Pure Daisy. Which I might be able to do right now. Might. Can we grab our trophy? That gives us another Dread Crystal. Not worried about that stuff. Life and mana. Pure Daisy. Petal of the Daisy, Growth Reagent, Orbis Terry, and Dirty Reagent. What are these petals of the Daisy? 3 white petals and a yellow. That's not bad. I should have all that easy. We throw our petals in. There we go. Take that one back out. Throw in seeds and we get Petal of the Daisy. Now I need one more seed. Another bucket of water. Right click with an empty hand to add back the last recipe. What I'm doing. It's not working. There we go. Got our petals. And now we just needed to... what? Put it through Fey crafting. Well, I need Orbis Terrae too. I grabbed the other ones already. Now, all in all, I think I am going to want 3 of these. But I'll craft a couple more of them off camera. And then we can actually figure out what we're going to be doing. Grab our knife. Oh, we got it! Heck yeah! New chapters unlocked. Do I get new achievements? I've become an achievement hunter. I've got like most of them, a lot of them done. There's like, I think Adam is the only one I haven't finished because I haven't finished hunting for these, and I'm not gonna die to all 12 mobs. I'm trying not to die. But now we have the BOTANIA stuff that we can do. I don't know how to do any of these. So I might not be able to do those. But this stuff I should be able to do without a problem. But yeah, we've got our flower. BOTANIA begins. We've got our trophy. Add it to the wall. Look at this. Look at all our trophies over here. Look at all our other trophies. All the bosses we've fought. Oh, it feels good to make progress like that. But for now, that's will be it for this time, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to decide on how I want to connect up to a BOTANIA area, because I'm thinking I want to keep BOTANIA away from the main base because it does a lot of like visual stuff, and that can be very laggy, and I already have some small lag issues. So I'm thinking I'm going to put it over here. I have this nice big area opened up, and this is like a 2x2 chunk area, so it should be perfect. But I gotta figure out how I actually want to like connect up paths and stuff over here. But I'll figure that out. For now, that's it for this time, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I will see you guys next time.